Hello and welcome! Today, we're going to go on a bit of a journey of discovery that starts with a single, really familiar word. You'll see how this one simple word holds the key to a pretty radical idea about language itself. But before we dive in, let me ask you something. What if the entire English language, with its million-plus words, was boiled down to just 850? Do you think you could still communicate? I mean, really communicate complex ideas? Just keep that number, 850, tucked away in the back of your mind. We're going to come back to it. So, to explore this whole idea, we're going to put one single word under the microscope. It's a word you probably use all the time, quality. Seems simple, right? Well, it turns out there's a secret hiding inside its simplicity.
We all know how to say it, that part's easy, but what are we really saying when we use it? What does quality actually mean?
Okay, let's break it down. We're going to use the Simple English Wiktionary as our guide here, and trust me, this is where things start to get really interesting. So check this out. As a noun, quality basically does three main jobs. First, it can just mean goodness in a general sense. Second, it can be a measurement, describing how good something is, whether it's high quality or poor quality. And finally, it can be a specific feature, like when we talk about someone's best quality. See how simple and direct those definitions are? No fluff. And if you look at the words it hangs out with, excellence, superiority, value, they all point back to that same core idea of goodness. It's a word that's just packed with positive meaning. Sometimes the best way to understand what a word is to look at what it isn't. And the opposite of quality? Inferiority, inadequacy, mediocrity. Wow, the contrast there is just crystal clear. And this brings us to a super important point. You've got to understand the difference between quality and a word it's often confused with, quantity. It's so simple when you break it down. Quality is about how good. Quantity is about how much. One is a measure of excellence, the other is just a measure of amount. Getting this right is absolutely fundamental if you want to communicate clearly. And get this, it even has a simple, informal job as an adjective. When you say something is a quality computer, you're really just saying it's a very good computer. It's direct, it's effective, and everybody knows exactly what you mean. Now, you might be thinking, okay, it's a useful word, I get it, but what if I told you that this clarity, this simplicity we've just been looking at, well, it's not an accident at all. In fact, it's completely intentional. This is where we uncover the secret. You see, quality is a member of a very exclusive group, a group I'm calling the 850 Word Club. And there it is, right there, straight from our source. The Wiktionary entry tells us flat out, quality is on the basic English 850 list. This one little sentence is the key that unlocks this entire idea. Remember that number from the beginning, 850? This isn't just some random number. It's the foundation of an entire system, a whole way of thinking about communication. And that system is called Basic English. It was designed way back by a guy named Charles K. Ogden. His idea was to create this super streamlined, controlled version of English. The whole goal was to have a language that was simple enough for international communication, for business, for teaching, all by using just 850 carefully chosen, essential words to express pretty much anything you can think of. And here's what really makes quality a powerhouse. It's not just on the Basic English list, it's also on the academic vocabulary list, and it's one of the 1,000 most common words in the entire language. So it's simple enough for beginners, common enough for everyday conversation, and important enough for academic work. It literally works everywhere, for everyone. So what's the big takeaway here? I mean, why should we care about an 850-word list from decades ago? Because it shows us the incredible, untapped power of a core vocabulary. The whole philosophy behind something like Basic English is about solving real-world problems. I mean, really think about it. It's about clearer communication, so we can cut through jargon and avoid misunderstandings between cultures. It's about making learning easier, giving new speakers a solid launchpad to build from, and maybe most importantly, it's about making information more accessible, so that complex, important ideas aren't locked away behind a wall of complicated language. The lesson here is pretty profound when you think about it. It's not about how many words you know, it's about how well you use the essential ones. By really mastering a core set of powerful, flexible words like quality, we actually gain the ability to express almost any idea with real precision and clarity. And that kind of leaves us with a final thought, doesn't it? In a world that just keeps getting more and more complex, maybe the power of simplicity is more important than ever. So the question I'll leave you with is this: what complex idea in your world is just waiting to be simplified? Thanks for tuning in.